All right.
This is it.
Dave, I've been talking to a lot of people about this because of that poll. We'll get into that in a little bit, but just amazing how much that it matched the George Magazine poll.
NBC News did a big poll on MAGA, and we've got the video. We have our poll, and match. Of course they match.
The thing is what we, as someone that does polling as we do, we're very sensitive because we want it as accurate as possible so people can't say, oh, you're biased one way or the other.
Right.
And so we've done a lot of polls. One of the all-time greatest is the one that we did on the firmament. What do you think the firmament is?
Yeah.
And it got tons of votes. The last one we did, what was it?
And not for anything. The one on the firmament, see, it shows you the kind of audience we have. We included in there the Genesis 1, what it says. And the great majority, the overwhelming majority, chose that answer as opposed to, all the other silly stuff that's out there.
Oh no! I listen. The George Magazine readership.
Our audience is smart.
Yes. They are not. They're discerning people. Amerisage is what they are, and today with this poll, that's why we're so excited about it, because people could have looked at us and said, "No way, it's overwhelmingly for Donald Trump," and they could call it fake, but it was wonderful how that worked out that way. So we're going to highlight that. Go ahead.
Yeah, especially the, those of the doom and gloom black pill society would have said, "Oh, that's crazy. MAGA's dead." That's what they're saying now on X. That MAGA is dead.
Right.
It's
right.
So stupid.
And the press secretary specifically said, "This isn't real life. X isn't real life." Many of the people that I run into, and when I say this, it's like I am going to people out, normal people.
Your cows and your donkey doesn't count.
Well, here's the thing, okay?
Like, many of the people I run into, when he goes out of his office there, he runs into a cow. He's got to watch out for the chickens crossing the road.
When I went to
I'm sorry, go ahead.
When I went to the Homestead conference, right, and I just basically said, because it wasn't about MAGA, it was just that, hey, people know me from that. I said, hey, are there people that supported Donald Trump in here? Overwhelmingly, I'm saying like 99.9% of everyone there did, but the thing is, they were not in costume. When I say costume, it's like they're not wearing, no one would know. You could guess, but they're not wearing MAGA shirts, MAGA hats, MAGA t-shirts.
Okay. The costume that Gene and I are referring to is whenever you go to these conferences, you'll see the costume. It's the guys all have either the beard or the goatee, the baseball cap, the sunglasses, the flannel shirt. They all look the same. It's all the same look. God forbid somebody wore a sport jacket.
You know what? I'm going to say this, and I won't say which one, but one of them, we were doing a video. Oh, no, we were watching a video, and we stopped, on this. And this wasn't a Trump rally. It was some sort of event, right? You guys can figure it out. We were like, look at how many men with the beard, sunglasses, and a hat there are. It did not look like it looked like they were there. They looked like they were plants, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because
right. All right, guys. Look, we need about 300 people. Here's what we need you to wear. Show up on Saturday, and so you can fill the seats, and then we can film you. And lunch will be at 1:00.
really with this at the homesteading conference, it was like you would not believe it. Generally speaking, right? People don't wear their politics. Yes, if you're going to a Trump rally, fine. But generally speaking, people just don't do that. So people don't really realize how many people actually support it. But they're not on X. They're not playing this game.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know when the style, and I'm not knocking it. Gene, when did the style of men wearing or growing out the beard like Pharaoh? You know what I mean? It's like straight and it hangs down about 3 inches below the chin, and it's straight and squared off. And when did that style start? I must have slept through that moment.
I can't even grow a beard, so I don't even know.
Yeah,
what we're talking about here.
Anyway. Yeah, well, you're stuck at 12 years old, but I'm talking about they have these. It's like a straight. I don't know what. I know what you're talking about.
It's fashion.
I mean, it's not lumberjack. It's more like they're trying to emulate the
Oh, okay. You know what? It's probably damn Blizzarin. That's who they're probably trying to copy. He has one of those.
Who?
Dan Blizzarin? Am I saying that right?
I don't know who that is. Okay. But I think it's Persian. I think it's like a Persian type, because you always see the pictures of like the alleged drawings of Artaxerxes and Nebuchadnezzar, and those. Well, Nebuchadnezzar was Babylonian, but that kind of style.
Right. Well, all right. Dave, do you want to show the poll first, or you want to do the videos first?
Probably let's do the video first.
Okay. Yeah, because people will be like, "Oh, I don't even believe you." They'll be like, "I don't even believe you."
Right. Now, look, guys, we're gonna comment through this because it's fantastic.
Okay. Yeah. This the whole string of it is about 2.5 minutes, and normally we no, we don't want to play the whole thing, but it was too important not to play the whole thing. So we're going to cut it in about threes, and then we're going to do it. So anyway, here we go. And Dave, if you have anything, comment throughout it, but we'll do it. Here we go.
And this is one of those, because just take a look here. MAGA GOP view of Trump. Approve 100%. 100%. If you are a member of MAGA and the GOP, you approve of Donald John Trump. 0% say that they disapprove. You don't have to be a mathematical genius to know you can't go higher than 100%. He is the 1972 Miami Dolphins. Now, there are some Republicans who disapprove of Donald John Trump, but they are not members of the Make America Great Again movement. The bottom line is this: if you are a member of MAGA, you approve of Donald Trump.
It's interesting, though, because there have been a couple prominent people who have sort of come out online.
Look at her calling out
mad about this war with Iran because he promised no new wars. Is there any sign that people might be leaving MAGA relative to 2024?
Yeah, okay. So, I've said it before, and, the theme of this segment is Tucker Carlson be darned. And when we look at the numbers...
Tucker Carlson be darned.
Okay. Again, Dave and I went back a long time ago, and we said this doesn't make sense, because we would go on X and see people literally with easily 250,000 followers, 500,000 followers, and we would look at them, and we were like, oh my goodness, look at all the viewership they have. Yeah. And then we realized that they were all shares. So when you share it, it just shows you not what you did, but the overall of what it is.
Right.
So we scroll down upon these, and then we realized, wait, they just tweeted themselves, and it had no interaction.
Right.
And so when we saw that, I was like, is this even real? And then the whole thing came out with the bots, all this stuff, and it's a manufactured how can I say it, following, so to speak. It's not,
and that's what they're doing now with the whole Tucker Carlson and all of this stuff. And the other thing is, look, let me just say this real quick. There is a whole thing going on X now about our wonderful Roman Catholics. I assure you, and we can have a parade of Roman Catholics come across these live shows that will attest that they have nothing to do with this rogue intelligence propaganda operation that's looking to create division and dissension among Trump supporters, pitting Roman Catholics against the evangelicals against another group, and those groups against the other. That's all they're interested in doing, is splintering the Trump support, because most Christians support President Trump.
Right.
Why not? He's done more for Christians than any U.S. president that I think George Washington, frankly.
Right. So, you see this. And again, the most amazing thing about it is this was an NBC poll with CNN saying it.
Right.
And this is the same thing we said before, because we did the polls too. And we're like, no. So anyone saying this, mark this phrase, MAGA is dead, it will usually be followed by this phrase. The phrase is, I voted for him 3 times. That's the other phrase, because it shows they are setting up the fact that I did like Donald Trump, but not anymore because of A, B, or C.
Right.
So just watch out for this. This is the poll. And this is the same thing we saw.
Right. Now, one more point before we play the next part of that video is that the far right, the black pillars on X for years. Oh, you can't trust mainstream media. Trump never said not to trust mainstream media. He said that it's fake news. And the reason he says that is because they lie by omission. In other words, they'll give you actual facts, but not the whole story, since they want to slant it one way or the other. All right. So then, all right, so we're convinced, we can't listen to mainstream news. We can't, ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, they all stink. So then in walks We the Media, Frank's Media, Truth Media, Follow Us Media, Bill's Media, all of these crazy groups, and they're lying to you and to us. I'm so sick of being lied to. They're lying to us worse than the mainstream guys. At least the mainstream guys pick up a phone and they verify facts. Whether they report everything or not is a different story. But these people online, they didn't do anything.
The way the mainstream media can skew, because a lot of actually, Dave, we're actually going to talk about that in if you can believe it, the first segment. We're going to be talking about that with that. But what it is the articles itself, usually, not all the time, but usually is spot on. But when you scroll the headlines, it'll say something like, is Donald Trump in trouble? People leaving MAGA? And the answer is no. There's a couple, whatever. Or, major backers of Trump have left him. Yeah, the black pillars who you wonder if they were ever with him in the first place.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Right. All right. Let's go to the next.
Okay, this is the second segment. We have 3 segments with this, but this one.
Yeah, this is good.
I mean, I've heard some people say, oh, you know what, when you look at those MAGA numbers, it doesn't account for those who might have left MAGA. But take a look here. Americans who identify as MAGA in November of 2024, it was 28% of Americans. Now it's basically the same. If anything, it's slightly higher.
Yeah, when Trump won.
The bottom line is this. The MAGA base within the GOP is not shrinking. It's the same size. If anything, it is slightly larger than it was back in 2024 when, of course, Donald Trump won a second term. So that 100% that Donald Trump has approval among MAGA GOP, that is not an artifact of MAGA shrinking. It's just an indication of how strong Donald Trump's grip is on that MAGA base.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't say it's not like Trump has a grip. He's not. Certainly nobody has a grip on us. The thing is that we like the policies. I mean, he's doing right by the nation. And these other people, frankly, who were shut out and kept out by Susie Wiles and the rest of them, they are just crybaby mad.
Right. We said this. Listen, we said this before, but I'm not saying it was a mistake or whatever. But the thing that Erica Kirk did was she immediately sided with Vance, which by signaling that, it's like if you're not part of the administration now, you're definitely not going. Well, not definitely. You're not likely to be part of it if Vance continues on after Trump leaves.
Right.
Anyway,
and certainly not if Rubio gets in.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got one more segment here, and then I'm going to show you the poll. Here we go.
Right.
And so I guess it begs the questions, what's happening with inside the GOP and if there are any splits there, because with those kind of numbers, they're going to want to retain that, right? So they can retain their seats.
Yes. And you know what we're talking about, we mentioned Iran in the intro of this segment, GOP on U.S. military action in Iran. Look at this. In MAGA, it's 90% approval. It's 90% approval, just 5% disapproval. If you disapprove of the job that Donald Trump is doing, or excuse me, the U.S. military action in Iran, and you're a member of the GOP, look at this. It's your non-MAGA. You're not MAGA. It's 36% there, 54% approve. But the majority of Republicans approve of the job that the U.S. military action is in Iran, and the majority of MAGA, which is the majority of the GOP, very much approve. 90%. Very little split in Donald Trump's base. Those who disapprove in the GOP, simply put, they hate MAGA.
It's really clear. MAGA has the floor.
MAGA has the floor, 100%.
All right. Harry Anton, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So think of it. Even the non-MAGA that was polled, 54% of them approve.
Right. And you see how easy it is for someone to spew propaganda and then say that it's larger than what it is. But by and large, people like, okay, America first doesn't mean America only or America's isolation.
Right. Doesn't mean America only. We live on the earth and trade and interact with other nations.
All right. Let's go take a look at the poll, Dave.
Yes.
This is the George Magazine poll. And I love this because what we're showing here, overall, do you approve or disapprove of the way Donald Trump is handling his job as president? This is, we did this after 1 year. With this one, approximately 40,000 votes within the first day or so.
Yeah, that's right. The poll right now is sitting at just under 51,000. It's 50,383.
Okay, 50,000 people look at this strongly approve. Yes. Okay. Is it totally one-sided? You have some that are strongly disapprove, somewhat neither approve, somewhat disapprove. But there you have it. That is the George Magazine poll reflecting, and most of our viewership is MAGA, not all, but there you have it.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Dave, you want to? Okay.
That is. It was so great that we have that poll, and then NBC News and CNN, who are certainly not big Trump supporters, confirmed.
Yes.
What we got from our readers and customer base.
Right. Okay. Very good, Dave. You want to go to the next? Well, actually, this is the first. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
This
is big. This is big.
All right. Here we go. All right. This one is a huge story for many reasons here. I'll just read it. Rolling Stone editor swept up in disgraced ABC producer's child porn scandal joins the New York Times.
Jane, why don't you unravel that for us?
Yes. Okay. There was an ABC producer, and he got raided by the FBI. And when someone gets raided by the FBI, people are like, oh, what's going on here? He got raided. Rolling Stone reporter accurately reported that the reason why he was raided is because of child porn that they busted him with.
Right.
So she wrote it up.
Right.
And when she wrote it up, the editor, this guy that is now in the New York Times, by the way, he was the editor-in-chief, I believe, of Rolling Stone. Now he's with New York Times. He edited it to take out the reference to what it is. And it went viral because it made it seem like he was being targeted. So he was a hero because he wrote an investigative piece about the FBI, and it made it seem like the FBI was coming after him.
Right. Unjustly. unjustly. The FBI
He's
was
a hero.
targeting him because he was a great researcher, and they just don't like that. He was being targeted by the government.
Now, I'm going to play this video. This is The Hill, the publication The Hill, talking about it. But just so you get a clear picture of what's going on, here we go.
Yeah.
Suggesting that he was targeted for his national security reporting, his journalism. But the author of that Rolling Stone article, reporter Tatiana Siegel, had learned from her sources that actually his home was raided as part of a federal investigation into really disturbing child sex abuse, images of child sex abuse, child porn. Not something publicly revealed until recently when NPR reported on it. So why did Rolling Stone suggest that Meek was targeted for his coverage of national security rather than reportedly something completely unrelated and truly vile and justified for law enforcement?
Listen, again, it shows this is a cover-up, basically, and it went really viral. They're like, oh my goodness, this great man is being targeted by the government.
Yeah. What he might have been? Listen, it just completely slipped my mind. You know what he might have been doing? He might have been actually active in a white hat operation to try and take down the child porn people, right? And that's why the FBI went after him.
Yeah. I know you guys, you're very clever. Do you see how when we look at this is like, wait a minute, this guy wasn't a good guy. They're making him out to be a martyr, to be a hero. Whoa, look at what a great journalist. He uncovered something and now he's being targeted by the government, the evil government.
Right. Do we know anybody else within the MAGA sphere that could be aligned like that?
It's unbelievable. All right.
Right. And you have all of the goons covering up for him, going on his show, doing all the stuff and everything else. That's enough. That's what I meant before by all of these media outlets they're all a bunch of just liars. You can't trust any of them, right? They're going on a show, they're defending the guy. That guy was in those Epstein files more times than anybody else. But no, he was investigating. He was investigating. Yeah, he was investigating, getting tickets to the island, or finding out where he was going to stay. It's ridiculous.
Right. All right. Okay.
That's right, Mary Elizabeth. You got it.
Let's talk about this, Dave Blaze, because this was in the dispatch, and you said something about the CARE Act, which I am not fully versed in yet. You want to let us know? And by the way, guys, this crypto playbook, you can still get it and subscribe to it. You know what, Dave? Really quick, can I? Anyway, I'll spare it. Anyway, you want to go talk about this, Dave?
Yeah. I won't bore everyone with it, but the CARE Act is gaining a lot of traction in Congress and the Senate now. There's a lot of it's moving, and its passing is imminent. So once the CARE Act passes, you're going to find that it is going to transform the banking industry, along with cryptocurrencies and stable coins, and I would even think XRP is mixed up in there somewhere. So just hold on, and I'm telling you, some very good stuff is coming. Has nothing to do with this felonious quantum financial garbage that all of these scammers post about. This is real. This is really in Congress, and this looks like it's really going to pass shortly. So the reason that we put out our crypto ebook is to give everybody a heads up on how to handle what's coming up.
And just to understand the lingo as well, Dave, let me play this commercial right here.
Yeah.
Here we go. It was my mom that taught me all about the stock market, about mutual funds, individual stocks, what to look for. All of this stuff I learned and passed it on to my children. But here's the thing, when it comes to cryptocurrency, what am I going to do? Take advice from my children? So that's why George Magazine came up with the Complete Crypto Playbook, a simple way with all of these topics to help you understand all the nuances of the cryptocurrency. So simple that you could even explain it to others. So here's the thing, understand the difference between a hot wallet and a cold wallet. What about all these different coins? All of these things come into play in an easy to read and comprehensive playbook when it comes to crypto. So check it out. Go to georgemagazine.com and buy and download your crypto playbook today. Okay, yeah. So guys,
Gene, the crypto playbook is what are we selling it for? That's $24. But then for just $2.95 a month, every couple of weeks we put out updates to it that are like constantly, everything is constantly being updated. You can download those as addendums and so on, and just stay up to speed and very current on everything that's going on.
right, and it's very easy to understand. It's explained so a person could explain it to other people. So
yeah.
Okay. Dave, this one was interesting with the dispatch. We had a long conversation with it today. Worthy of us talking about it now. Here we go. We are putting this out for the conversation here. This was in the dispatch. It was why I refuse to stay silent as Jews are scapegoated by the left and right. A lot of good quotes here. Dave, you want to touch base on this a little bit here?
Yeah, without going too deep into it, we really appreciate if you read this article. The pastor that wrote it has a good handle on a lot of past events that lead up to where we are now. But it's just that so many people are seeing a giant wave of anti-Semitism rolling across various cultures, including in the United States, Europe, and so on. And it makes you wonder if the verses of the Bible where it speaks of the Lord calling his people home, back to Israel, more so than it is now. When people look at, the Jews are already in Israel. No, there's more Jews on the Upper East Side of Manhattan than there are in Israel. So
yeah, and the other thing about it is I've said this many times before. I even did a TikTok video on it. But this whole thing about Donald Trump, that he's somehow someone's puppet. I'm telling you, this guy,
so dumb.
This guy does what he wants to do. He's not a puppet of Israel. And just if you guys could just understand that he is America first. I talked many times over about people that I saw behind the scenes. If there was someone like telling him talking points, the guy doesn't do that. He's not like that at all.
No. It's, that is so. If you know Donald Trump, that is not his persona at all.
Right.
Jokingly ordering shoes for cabinet members. Now that's a Trump action. Somebody walks in with sneakers or loafers or something. He's like, no, we're not wearing those. We're not wearing those cabinet meetings. And then he orders you a pair of shoes that are too big.
Yeah, I saw that with Marco. I saw that. I don't know what that was about.
Stupid. All right, good.
All right. The final story here that we're going to cover today is interesting because once again it shows. Okay, let's just do this one right here. Here we go.
Yeah.
Could not be said better. Vance accuses media of trying to drive a wedge between him and Trump over Iran. And I look at the headlines, I look at these different sources, and I am telling you, it is off the hook clickbait. It's always some sort of drama in there.
Yeah.
But your thoughts, Dave, before we just get into what Vice President Vance said about it.
Look, all I can say is this: it's the same group that was shut out of the administration, that thought they were going to get in there as press secretary, national intelligence director, special advisors. They all thought they were going to have positions in the administration, and nothing. They got shut out because Trump and the gang knows what they're all about. And now,
Right.
now you people are seeing it for yourselves on X, what they were
Right.
really
And
all about. They're about
right.
sabotaging the administration. Go ahead.
Okay. The other thing about it, and we've said, I can't believe how long we've been saying this. In the first administration, Trump did not have, he had the majority as far as Republicans, but he did not have control of the House and the Senate, especially the
Right.
Senate. Remember, we're talking, I believe it was Mitch McConnell back then, but on the House side, it was Paul Ryan. When he came in there,
Yeah,
when it comes
Eddie
to
Munster.
when it comes to choosing your cabinet, there are approvals that need to be had, and he needs to get going. So some of these early picks were not necessarily maybe his own picks because he had to make compromises to get
Let's
them.
not forget he had the Chris Christie helping him during the first
Right.
administration.
Right.
So yeah, he's
Yeah.
another character.
So what we have here is basically virtually nobody. You could count Christy Noma as being fired, so to speak, but she's reassigned. These are Trump's people now for what, 1 year and 2 months for the most part there.
Yeah.
And yes, there's been things scooted around, but in 2024, when he came into office here, or 25, these are the people that he had with full control of the Senate and the House. So he could do whatever he wants, pick whoever he wants. And that's the difference here.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Do
So
you want to
it's just all they want to do is cause division, because they know that if Vance runs and gets in, or Rubio runs and gets in, they are once again shut out of any administration jobs.
Right. Here's what J.D. Vance said, and I like
Yeah.
what he said, because he's talking like, listen, remember that Trump, and regardless of what people think, he wants loyal people, but it's not like a puppet. Donald Trump has asked people before, what do you think about something? And sometimes he'll just say, well, I don't care what you think about, I'm going to do it my way. Anyway, this is what J.D. Vance said. Here we go.
When you're thinking about a major decision like this, the way the president makes these decisions is he talks to a lot of people. Obviously, we're thinking about various ins and outs, various options, what this looks like, how to accomplish our goals, what our goals should be. And I think it's important for the President of the United States to be able to have that conversation with his team without his team then running their mouth to the American media. So part of what makes our national security team so cohesive is that we all trust each other, that we all have a very free exchange of ideas.
All right. It's interesting with that statement there. But that's how things are done with Donald Trump. People do speak up, and what's he supposed to do? If he asks you something, he's asking you to weigh in, and then he'll just say, that's a great idea, or that's a stupid idea, and that's it.
Or he'll just take your, whatever you said and weigh it against all the other available information and sort it out.
Right.
That's what leadership is. It's looking at all the various viewpoints and then coming to the conclusion of what would be best for the country in the person's opinion that we all elected. Right. That's why we elected him, not so that we could all voice our own little individual griefs and grievances and say, well, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing the other thing? Come on. It's everybody together for the betterment of the country. Now, before we go, Gene, I just want to say one thing. We are getting in tremendous shipments of our magazines.
Yeah.
So the magazines are flying right back out the door. It's mayhem, but all of the magazines are going out. Everything's coming back around. We got all the reformatting done. So Just be patient. You'll be getting
them. Yes. We're on the fast track at this point, and some of you guys already know this because you've been getting them.
And the America's 250th book, that's flying out the door as well.
Right. And that one is flying out a little slower because I got to actually. I've been telling people that each one of them I have to assign. Not that it bothers me. They're all stamped and numbered, and so some of you guys already have it. It's beautiful. All right, okay.
First of all, he signs the certificate page. The number goes in. The same number is on the sticker on the front where you can't pull it off. If you do happen to scratch it off, it has a big void under it.
Right.
And then he takes a notary's embosser and actually stamps the certificate page so that nobody could change the number on the book. It's really, I know it sounds crazy, but we came up with this system because we figured that some jokers out there might buy the books and then change the numbers.
Right. It's the pen is one of these bank pens where the ink can't wash out, but it's stamped. So anyway.
It is a bank. Guys, he literally stole it from his bank. He showed it to me one day. He says, "Hey, they were giving away free pens at the bank." I said, "Free pens?" He shows up this pen.
You rip off the chain on it. You don't have them, baby. I should have the chain there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Today is Wednesday. We still got 2 more days to go.
Yep.
Stay tuned because we have a lot of good stuff coming up. But thank you so much. All right, Dave Blaze, we did it.
All right. This is great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.